I need you to go to the dance with me, Kina.
Okay. I can't like talk. I can make the noise. I can't really talk.
Yes, yes, you can. I believe in you. Jimmy Jr. believes in you.
You make Jimmy Jr. very convincing.
Thank you. You know what else I make convincing? Hi, welcome to our podcast where we make everything convincing. That was not as good as a transition as the first one, but you know what? Fuck it, we'll work on it.
What?
Yeah. Hi, introductions, really quick. I'm the Psychonaut. He's the Taco. Woo.
Hello.
Let's get down to business, okay?
Uh-oh. I'm
Yeah.
scared.
You know what's on when I say business instead of business.
Oh, damn.
I know. The
Run.
hipster run indeed, the hipster's coming.
Throw it with fire. What?
Oh, just don't kill it with a fat man from Fallout 4 because that gun is garbaggio.
Oh.
Yeah. Have you actually tried to use it yet?
I have, but it's...
Notice how
normally you try to, like, save it because, mini nukes are,
a nuke.
you got to collect it, and you normally would want to save them for, like, those death claws or, like, or anyone in power suits if you need to take care of them. But that thing really doesn't do as much damage. Like, I remember shooting, like, 2 at a death claw, and it was still fine. And I was like, well, alright, I guess I have to resort to normal guns. So I don't even bother carrying that thing around. Like, it's just... It really doesn't even... It doesn't do that much. It doesn't have that much of a spread, either. Like, if everyone is... Like, if you're shooting at a bunch of humans, they're, like, tightly packed into a group, then yes, it'll be effective. Otherwise, it's... Like, you might as well just use normal bullets or whatever.
Is it me, or did it just kind of got nerfed from Fallout 3 in New Vegas?
It definitely did get nerfed. I mean, I remember... still, the main gun I was using there was... the one that shot, like, what was it, 6 mini nukes at once? So maybe I was spoiled, but that was a good gun.
I don't know, man. It was weird. So speaking of Fallout, so this is what we're going to do on this, our beautiful podcast. We are going to talk a little bit about Fallout 4. I finished it. Taco was very close to finishing it. So we're going to give, like, updated thoughts on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to move on to another game that we love and is near and dear to our heart. It's an amazing game. It's SWAT 4. And I love that we're talking about Fallout 4 and then SWAT 4.
Heck yeah.
And I can't wait to get to SWAT 4. But anyways, Fallout 4. I'll pretend like I didn't beat it. So we're just going to talk up to... We're going to have spoilers. How about that? So this is a spoiler warning. If you don't want to care or hear about Fallout 4... then I'm going to have a little timestamp, which I got to remember. So future me, remember to do the timestamp. And then it's going to send you to, like, the SWAT 4 thing. But for Fallout 4, overall, the game, Nah.
Yeah.
is the best I can say, I guess. Let's start with the one thing that me and you had a lot to talk about yesterday, which was what the building your settlement.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have a lot of things to say about that, and how it was, I feel, essentially tacked on. It's just like, hey, what do people mod our games to be? Oh, build your settlement and survive? Cool, let's throw that in there, but not really.
Yeah.
I feel like it was a last minute thing. I feel like some creative guy was like, oh, let's do it. It's really cool. People really like this mod, so let's give it to them. And they're like, fuck yeah, let's give it to them. And then they just literally gave us a carbon copy, and you barely get attacked. One of my settlements got attacked the entire game I've been playing, and that was one time with ghouls, and the second time with raiders. And it was a small group of raiders, and that's essentially it. One of my friends actually caught a synth infiltrating his sanctuary, which I thought was really cool. Turns out, I never got the synth.
Yeah, me neither. I didn't even know that was gonna happen.
Yeah, he told me that he was in his sanctuary, like grabbing guns or whatever for a mission, and all of his people were like, they were shooting, so he went to see what's happening, and apparently all of them were converging on this one person, and he was like, why are you people killing yourselves? And this one guy is like, oh, he's a synth, to kill him, he's here to spy on us, and the thing's like, Delta 319, I'm kidding, I don't know what he said. But,
Close enough.
Whatever. Speaking robot. Speaking synth. But, like, that happened, and I thought that was cool. I was like, oh, sweet, get infiltrated. Nah, I think it's a random event, which is weird. I don't know. There's no point in doing it, I've noticed.
I mean, for me, the only time I've ever been any of my base have been attacked was right after I go to sleep. If I don't sleep, my bases never get attacked. It's only after I like rest for a couple hours. It's the weirdest thing. I don't know if it's maybe just my game is bugged or something, but
I think it might be yours because I've slept in that game in my sanctuary. Nothing happened. I don't think my sanctuary once got attacked. Like I said, it was just a random outpost that I saved that got decimated by the ghouls. And then I built up the defense. I built up everything. Gave them turrets, blah, blah, blah. Then the raiders just walked in. Like, they just opened the gates, which is hilarious. And they were like, oh, firefight. And just like, blah, 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 blah. And I teleported myself there. I started whipping the ass. And then it was just like, yeah, we beat those raiders. We showed them who's boss. And I'm like, no, you didn't. I showed them who's boss.
Man, I don't know. I mean, what screws up is like there's one base. I mean, every base I do, I like to put enough turrets, couple of walls. Like try to do a good defense. But from what I saw, it's like every time there's a group, there's always the leader, like the legendary or whatever you call him. Yeah. And or hero, I don't know. And they have more health and all that. But like they alone, like I just saw them like decimate like a bunch of people. I was just like. Even I was like trying to kill him, and he just like was barely dying, and I'm like, "Wow, okay." Like you really have to defend them, or else you guys will get screwed over by those like OP special characters. But I don't know. And then one time it was in the drive-in like, base, and they got attacked. I killed all the raiders. I didn't see anyone else. Said, "Good job, you saved it." Then I moved on my minimap somewhere else. And then it said, "Oh, they failed, like the defense," and I'm like, "Well, I just saved them, but no." And then it was like back to like two settlers, like because everyone else just magically died from nothing. So that's cool. No. But what's weird is like then I teleport back and there were like 10 of them there.
Okay, yeah. So that happened to me. It was the. Oh my god, it's the settlement that is next to the Red Rocket thing, next to your sanctuary.
Yeah.
The Abernathy
Gas
Farm.
station.
No, the Abernathy Farm. Yeah, that one. And again, like it's a funny story. It's a quick one. Like I was still new in the game and I wanted to test the karma system, see if it's there, which it's not. I really hate it that it's not there. I know some people are happy that it's not there, but I feel like it's just no reason to be a dick or a good guy. Like there's no point. But anyways, so I was testing it out. And I was like, next, farm or people I see, I'm murdering them. So I walked up, I saw Abernathy Farm, and I think that's a nod to New Vegas, because I think there's an Abernathy in there or something like that. I might be wrong, whatever. So I was like, oh, cool, I'm going to fuck with these guys. I walk in, the dad gets up, he's like, oh, we got guns, don't try anything, Sonny. And I was like, oh, I'm going to kill him with kindness. I'm going to make him trust me, and then blam, murder them. Walk in, I start talking to him. He's like, oh, yeah, farming is a hard life. Everything sucks, but we do what we can. But the raiders come in, they take whatever they want because they don't want to work for it. My 21-year-old daughter stood up to them last year, and now she's dead. They killed her without a single thought, and she's buried in the backyard, and they took her locket. And I went in there with the intention to kill him, and I was like, by the end, I was like, I will get revenge! And I was like just screaming revenge as I'm running towards those raiders. So I really felt something for the farm. I look on my mini-map, and it goes, yeah, there's like one person alive. I'm like, no! I was like, no! My family! I ran so fast, although like Sonic ain't got nothing on me. I ran all the way over there, and all of them were there. Even though the little number at the top says 1, everybody was there. They were alive. I could talk to them. They were still in the shops. They were still doing everything. I'm like, what the hell? Like, I don't understand. Did I fail it? Did I not? Is it a glitch? It's weird.
I mean... Yeah, it's probably a glitch. I mean, the game did just come out, so they're still probably fixing. Yeah. But I mean, there are a couple really annoying ones. Like, for example, the Gauss gun. Did you ever get to use it? It's a very powerful like plasma rifle, but it doesn't use like the typical ammo. It uses some special like 2mm BC, whatever, electric charge, something like that. And it's very powerful. And like before every shot, like when you hold the trigger, you have to hold it down and let it charge up for the full strength. Mm-hmm. And apparently, whenever in some cases, it just randomly freezes in the middle of the screen, and just like. And it just, doesn't shoot. You can't put it down. You can't open your Pip-Boy. You can't do anything. You're just stuck there and while you're getting attacked. So I realized for anyone who has that issue, just try using VATS, and and just do a shot off anywhere, to be honest, and just that's to break it, and then immediately put it away and get a gun that won't, screw you over by doing that, because that happened to me so many times when I like kept forgetting about it. But now I'm like, yes, it's the most powerful gun I have, but it's not worth it. Like, not worth the headache. Because before I figured that out, I don't use VATS since I was playing on PC, so it's kind of pointless. But yeah, for those who on PC especially who don't use VATS, yeah, try it if you get that. Just a little note.
So, here's the thing. I know a lot of podcast videos, Let's Players out there, right? When they play a game and something happens that they don't like, they express it. But, and I'm not naming any names because I haven't seen all the people out there, but a lot of them always point out the flaws of a game, and then that's it. So I want us to do something different where we point out the flaw of a game, but we kind of tell, or at least give some ideas of how they can improve it, right?
Yeah.
So, these settlements is what I have like the biggest issue with, because essentially they are useless. They are just a mini game that is, think of it as an app game, that's all it really is. So the idea is brilliant because you start off the game and then you choose to do the missions, which I've found out in my YouTube playthrough that you don't actually have to build a settlement at all. You can just ignore it completely and you're fine.
Yeah.
So I like they don't force you to do it. But so I'm looking at it and I realize the huge big issue that I have with it is I hate the fact that they throw you in Sanctuary and that has to be your main base of operations. I know you can move some characters, like, I don't think you can move Sturgis, but Gavin or Presley, whatever his name is, the Minuteman guy, you can tell him when you get him on your team to go to, the Red Rocket, for example, because that's the place you want to have your main base be. Cool. Mama Murphy, Sturgis, the other guy who got his son killed, and all those other people, like, they cannot move from that spot. So essentially they're defenseless. Everyone else, yeah, you can put the radio tower and then use, the Red Rocket as your main place, but it's not very well. They still force you to use Sanctuary, which I hate because the location is stupid. I tried to go around the perimeter and just put, walls everywhere in case like the raiders go through the water. They don't go through the water. They only go through the bridge. But then why have this open big space with like all this? I don't know. It was really stupid. So why didn't they just say this? Yo, everything in the game you can break down, right? From trees to cars to the freaking glue on the ground. You can break it down and take whatever materials you want. Why can't they just let you take the red toolbox thing that starts off the building section? Why don't let you just take that, go anywhere in the map, put it down the middle of a forest if you want, and then in that, wherever you put it, in relations to it, it'll give you like a square meter of how much you can build, right?
Yeah.
So in that square, you can take down the trees, take down the cars, whatever, blah, 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 but you only get one. So you can only do it one time. So your actual sanctuary, your place, you started from the ground up. You will literally choose the spot. You will choose how to put the walls, have the mountains protect you or the water, blah, blah, blah. So it feels more personal.
Yeah.
And then when Gavin goes like, oh, there's a settlement that is being attacked by ghouls, go save them and then they can join the Minutemen. When you get there, don't make me be able to build anything in it. Make them be like, okay, we're going to support you by sending, like food, rations, stimpaks, whatever. And the trade route, that's the thing that you can improve. And the higher the trade route is, like, you add in more people to patrol the trade route so, like, you'll be safer, then that specific area gets stronger. And if it ever gets attacked, then, you feel like you have to go there to defend them because their defense is not good enough, so it brings a challenge. So you go there because you want to save them, because they actually do trade with you. They do give you things, so you want to keep them safe. But you can't build for them. It's like their own little town, they will build themselves. Because if I can build there, why don't I just tell them to come over to me? We can all be in one spot. Like, what's so hard about that? Like, if they would have done that, it would have been so much easier. You would have legitimately started everything from the ground up. You would have been personalized with it. And, I don't know, it just felt like every, like, place that you save, they would actually trade with you immediately. They're not just there for like, oh, you can build a base here if you want, you know, to protect us, but like not really, because unless you set up the trade system, and even then it's really not that big of a deal. So you're just the mama that's running around protecting your children.
Yeah, essentially.
And I don't know.
Yeah, like in the beginning, I just liked the building part and like, oh, cool, I can like design everything how I want it. But then after a while, it just like,
you realize
what's the
that it's
point?
useless. Yeah.
Yeah. I like that idea. I like that idea though that you said. Like for example, you get like one workshop, you know, like set or whatever, and you can build it wherever you want. I actually really like that idea because it actually sounds like you actually really have to carefully, you know, weigh the pros and cons. And but then like let's say you get like a gigantic either square or like circle shaped plot of land you can use, and yeah, it could be in a city, so then you can use like the
buildings around you.
Yeah, and you could put like turrets in the windows, like you know, make it like awesome. And then, but I don't know. I do agree that like yeah, the bases are pretty useless. I mean, it's cool. Like the way I look at it is like you help them out. So like if you ever need them, you shoot the flare up in the air, which I've never tried.
Never tried it either.
And like they come to you, but I'm like normally like if I'm in a situation where I want to kill people, I'm not going to rely on a couple like little guys who always need help to help me.
Yeah,
like I'm usually like just I don't have time for that. I'm just gonna take care of it.
Factions, really quick. Again, I'm the devil's advocate, and I don't know if I'm using that correctly in this scenario, but honestly, like I love New Vegas, and everyone hates New Vegas, or at least that's the impression I got, especially online. But New Vegas's factions were so much more developed. The endings were so much more with meat on their bones. I kind of felt personalized with everyone that I actually talked to or made them join me, and it felt really, really cool. In this one, oh, you want to join me? No. Oh, damn you. Okay, like, are we enemies now? Oh, I have to do something to piss you off to do it. Like, okay. I don't know, it's just, even the ending, the one that I got was relatively garbage. Like, I heard that all of the endings are the same cutscene, but different words. So Mass Effect 3, hey, apparently you really made Bethesda like your shit, because even the dialogue system, like we said in the last video, is Mass Effect, but stupid. At least Mass Effect made sense with their writings and their dialogues. Yeah, you clicked on one that said, you know, be nice, essentially, and then you end up screaming at the guy's face, and you're like, how was that nice? And that was like the only thing I had a problem with Mass Effect, but at least the dialogue flow was just there. It was fine. Glitches. Yeah, it's a game that just came out, but it's 2015, it's a AAA company. Are you serious? You shouldn't have these glaring ass issues. Dogs flying, Sturgis teleporting on top of a roof when you need them the most.
It's funny you say that because like all this time we've been talking about Fallout 4 and like you were like, I have all these glitches where they keep spawning on rooftops, and I've never seen that. Just today I was playing a bit, went Sanctuary, people were falling from the roofs.
Yep.
I rang the bell, they just came out of the roof. I'm like, what the hell were you doing up there? I mean, as a developer, personally, like I understand, like it's smaller bugs like this is very hard to catch, but
absolutely.
But I mean, it's just minor
annoyances.
Testers.
You've waited 8 years to do this, and I love it when games take years to make. I love it when they get pushed back. You know, like, oh, tomorrow Fallout 5 is coming out. No, wait, it's next month. That's fine. Take all the time you need. Make the game that, you know, we're supposed to get. But, like, come on. There's some issues in the game that, I told you, I aimed down VATS. As soon as I started the game, I got teleported all the way up at the top. I looked down at the map, it was a JPEG, then I fell, teleported to the ground, and essentially blew all my limbs apart because I took like 1 billion damage. Like, just for using VATS. The subtitles always break for Sturgis. Always break for Sturgis no matter what. They have that awkward pause between Gavin going like, oh, you know, you should really help us. Pause, 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 pause. What do you need help with? What? Was that like effective? I don't know. It's just, they're a AAA company and you can't really excuse them just because they're Bethesda. You know, it's not really fair.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like they still seem better than a lot of other companies. Like they usually have less years. Well, but I never heard of what you said, like with VATS, or shooting you up in the air. I mean, that's
It might have been a
But it's
one-time thing, and
yeah.
like that's fine. You know, I don't expect a game to come out and not have glitches. Like it, as long as they're a minimal thing and they don't really stop you from progressing the story, it's fine. Now that I say that, my friend who is playing Fallout 4, like still, I asked him as soon as I beat the game. I was like, "Yo, did you beat the game yet?" He goes, "No, I can't." I was like, "What do you mean you can't?" I thought like he had work or class or whatever. He's like, "No, I have a glitch that like stops me from progressing."
What glitch?
I don't know. But apparently every time he talks to Deacon, the game shits itself.
Huh.
So I guess if you're going down that route, be careful up until there's a patch coming through or something. Because really, he can't finish it. He says that every time he talks to this one guy, his clothes disappear and shit just breaks.
Maybe he's just a really smooth talker, you know?
Apparently. But it's really, really jarring to see that.
Yeah. But probably within like a few months, it'll probably be mostly patched out. And plus, it's like, it's good for us to talk about it because if, you know, it ever, you know, like if anyone hears it, they experience it too, and then they get more vocal about it, then there's a bigger chance that they'll be more aware of it. Because, like, when I develop software, I need to hear feedback. I don't just, like, yeah, I could go in there and find some bugs on my own, but a lot of them
That's
are...
why you do testers.
Yeah, but I mean, even testers aren't perfect. Plus, I mean, when you have to like practice running to a wall for probably like what 10 hours, and then you kind of go brain dead with what you're supposed to do. Like, I'm not saying it's because they're dumb. It's just because mind-numbing work. You know, it's exhausting.
Yeah.
And like we have testers and everything at the company I work at, and I mean, they find all these crazy bugs by just literally spamming everything, clicking all around, and. Like
essentially going full stupid.
Yeah, that's what you have to do.
Yeah, you have to break it, yeah.
So, but we'll see. I mean, still, yeah, I didn't have any game breaking things like that. Just minor annoyances, but I mean,
hope you don't.
Yeah, but not, yeah, nothing that. I mean, for me, it's like I'm a wuss, and like I can't decide which faction I want to go with. So that's why I'm just kind of like taking a little hiatus from it, because I'm like. Because I don't know, should I talk about it or no? Are we not doing spoilers?
Let's wait until next weekend, because by then you'll like have it done, and then we can just.
Most people should have already, at least gotten.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, but I don't want to be those people that get blamed for you not doing it. I guess.
No, that's fine. I guess I'll save that for next week.
Because next week...
I'll tell you what my decision is.
Yeah, and then you can tell me, like, the hard road, and I'll, like, be sitting here and just, I'll be your psychiatrist. But...
How'd that make you feel?
Like crap.
Pretty much.
So, next week we're going to tell you everything how we feel about the game, blah, 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 because we're going to beat it, and final thoughts, and then we're somewhat... I feel like we're going to be done with Fallout 4.
Probably.
At least the discussions, yeah. We might bring it in every now and again, but whatever. But, so that game, anticipated, waited, got it, it's fun, it's not what we expected, or at least some of us didn't expect. Again, seriously, if you enjoy the game, and you love the story, and you love everything about it, good for you, seriously, good, enjoy it, love it. But don't be too blind about it, like it is kind of garbaggio in some parts. But, speaking of good games, SWAT 4.
Ooh.
If you have never played or even heard of SWAT 4, I urge you, play it, get it somehow, buy it, whatever. It especially if you have friends to play with.
Yeah, and you have a like halfway decent PC.
Yeah, it's a very old game. I wish we were more professional and we actually looked it up when it came out. But I didn't. It's a relatively old game, and essentially it's just real life SWAT situations. And it is so good. It penalizes you for running and gunning. You have to be legitimately a SWAT member. You have to lead your SWAT AIs, tell them what to do if you want, or you just kind of let them run around. But you can order them to go anywhere you want. You have to defuse situations, bombs, hostages, child murderers, which... that mission to this day still gives me the willies.
Oh yeah.
It's an amazing game. It's beautiful. Downside is it's an old game, I mean, it looks fine for what it is, but the AI It's really dumb at times. Like, it's really dumb. The sound noises get glitched whenever you pepper spray someone in the face, like for like an hour next to you, and you're like, oh my god, please stop. You pepper spray someone in the face, you punch them in the face, they still won't go down on their knees. You scream at them, FBI, they're like, nothing. They're just like,
FBI.
what? I know, I scream FBI, but the game screams SWAT. Like,
Yeah.
SWAT, get down, and I'm like, FBI. And like, they won't go down, you punch them. I shot one guy in the leg when I was playing with you. He died of a heart attack because apparently I shot him in the heart. So it's got huge glaring issues, but the game is amazing. So now we're gonna convince you why. Plus, you can play co-op with your friends. You can play story co-ops, and by story I mean it's just different situations. It starts off from a small drug deal all the way to the Stechkov Syndicate, which is like the mafia, and above.
With the big guns, yeah.
Yeah, and you have a choice of going lethal or non-lethal. Obviously non-lethal and no shots fired, no one getting hurt, you get a higher percentage.
Yeah, you get like a grade at the end of how you did, and then like, did you get hurt? Oh, you did? Sorry, that's, you lose points. Oh, did you like use excessive force on this guy?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Like even if they shoot at you and you shoot them, like that'll lower your
Doesn't
score.
excuse you, yeah.
So it's very unforgiving.
You have to pick up evidence. If someone drops a gun or you kill someone, you have to report the body, you have to report the injured body, you have to report that they're not injured but they're ready for pickup, you have to pick up the guns, pick up the drugs. It's just phenomenal. You have to bring order to chaos. Even if you eliminate the boss, you still have to take out everyone else by not murdering them.
Yeah.
It gets hard.
You have to plan... Sweet. Yeah, you have to like plan how you want to clear out a building, like if you want to take it from like the side or two sides, and then you can use little device called door wedges where you can pretty much make doors just completely unusable, so you won't have any surprises. And it's just like you use whatever tactics you want to complete. You can either go in guns blazing and have a blast that way, or you can go full non-lethal. You can go about it any way you want.
It's truly amazing, and it's one of the most realistic made SWAT games on Earth, in my opinion. Like, I have not found a more realistic game in the sense of how you are the good guys and you have to go about... You're essentially Batman with guns.
Yeah.
You shouldn't kill. You really should not kill. But you can use some excessive force. And you can punch someone in the face if they're not really, like, going down on their knees and letting you... You have to zip tie their hands. If you don't, they might get up and use a gun. They might even trick you by, oh, I'm lowering my gun, and then just bam, shoot you. So you have to be really quick with it.
Yeah.
It's such a great game. It's amazing. And we're going to tell you story time. Like stories that happen in co-op with me and you that we've done. There's one specific mission that to this day, did we 100% it? The Tenements of Tyrone, or...
I think we got like 90 something. I think it was like Tyrone Tenements or something.
Yeah.
Something like that.
That one, if you've played SWAT before and you know what we're talking about, this level, honest to God, is the creepiest one, and I feel is the best one by far.
Oh yeah.
It's two buildings that you have to go through to clear, and it's these insane cultists who... What is it, like following the light or something like that, or like something with the stars, and end up murdering like children. You can find the children's graves, and they're all screaming at you that you're wrong and that they're right, and like they'll even use excessive force against you. And it's just, oh my god, it's so creepy in the atmosphere because there's writing on the walls of like they've seen the real monster or they've seen the light, blah blah blah. They are the stars in our sky, but they're actually dead. And it's like, it's so creepy, but so good.
The music is very, very good for that game.
On point. The soundtrack,
like you feel like you're in that atmosphere just from the music alone. Like they have different music they play for each different level or map, whatever you want to call it. And for something like that, they use really eerie and really kind of creepy music because that's what they want to convey, and it works. It really does work.
You can take away the soundtrack. You can turn down the music and just have like the background noise or the white noise.
Oh man, that's enough.
And it's still there. with no soundtrack, just like boom, like, you know, when stuff's going down, there's like bullets flying everywhere, like they have the appropriate like beat music. But if you take that away, your crunching steps, your gun checking, the doors opening, just the just playing in the background, it's just, oh god, it sets you up in this world like it's real.
Yeah, it really sounds like you're there. It's amazing.
And me and you have been trying to do, you know, easy levels and then just working our way up and try to 100% complete everything. And some you can say are super easy. If you have a friend or friends, but you can still do it with two, and you try to get 100% on, you know, most levels, yeah, some of them are really easy. You get the pepper ball gun, which just shoots like small little pepper balls.
It's like a paintball gun.
Yeah, it's a paintball gun, yeah. And you can make them, you know, cough or whatever, and then punch them in the face, get them on the ground, zip time, blah, blah. You can use that, and if you think that's OP, you're wrong. Because if you get close enough to the impact, you yourself start coughing. You can actually shoot your friends. How many times did me and you and our other friend we were playing got scared crapless versing each other? I can attest that it was 3 of us playing, so we did 2 versus 1. And the teammates killed themselves more than the guy by himself. Because it's the scariest and creepiest thing ever. Just walking silently. You're so aware of your surroundings because anything can go wrong. Especially if you play the co-op, you know that at a moment's notice, something can happen. You gotta be ready. That you become so sensitive.
You see a single thing move just in the corner of your eye, you immediately have to shoot it or else you're probably gonna die.
You immediately light that bitch up. And it ends up it's your friend.
Yep. That's why we prefer co-op whenever possible.
Yeah, whenever possible, definitely. But some levels are easy, especially if you have a good relationship with your friend, that if you talk, you know, like, okay, we go left, you go right, you check under the door, I got your back, blah, blah, blah. It can seem that the game is like, oh, it's a little bit too easy. But then you'll hit, just like real life, you'll hit that moment where something happens that ruins the entire game. And that doesn't ruin the game, but it ruins your entire play style. Like in the Tenements of Tyrone, whatever. I should really learn because it's my favorite map and I should really learn the name. But that one, I remember I was checking underneath the door. You were looking behind me, so the other door doesn't open. Before I got to use my little gadget to look underneath the door, this woman opened the door and blasted me in the face with a shotgun. And in that moment, you feel so betrayed. You feel so robbed of your life. Because all you were trying to do was good, and this woman just blam, busting through the door, just it's only because she heard you go next to the door, she tried to open it, it smacked into you, and then immediately knew that you were there, so she kicked it open. And it's like, yeah, you shot her after that, but you had a dead partner.
That kills the score, yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, well, you get shot in the leg, you limp. You get shot in the you get shot in the arm, you can't aim that well, I believe, right?
Yeah.
It just slows you down, and it's...
Yeah, the crosshair becomes bigger, so you're not as accurate.
And it's just the most amazing thing I've ever seen or played in my entire life.
Yeah, that feature with, like, you know, being shot in the leg and moving slower, like, that stuff's... I mean, that was, like, revolutionary for the time it came out.
Oh, yeah.
And also, I found the name of level, anyone curious, is Children of Tyrone Tenement.
Thank you.
So that's what it is.
It's... God, some missions actually, correct me if I'm wrong, but they vary. You start off with a hostage situation, and then you see a bomb, and then immediately becomes a race against time to find all the other bombs. And it's funny because you are supposed to have different equipment than your friends. So if you both have the same thing, then you're both kind of screwed. But if you're more into like the bomb development, which there really isn't a bomb defusal class, but you can still, you know, put the thicker armor on you, so like while you're defusing, you can still take a few shots. You can die super fast in the game, by the way.
Oh yeah, one shot to the head, you're done. It's like Ghost Recon, the old ones.
It's just an amazing game, and it bothers me to this day that they never made a 5th one. But I also fear that if they did, it would just be Call of Duty.
It would just be too like mainstreamy in terms of like you could run and gun and.
Yeah, especially the multiplayer. Which, like I said, the versus mode is essentially the co-op mode, except you're versing your friends.
Yeah.
You can die very fast. You have to listen and hear. Use door wedges. Explode the door to like make them run somewhere else. You can... Oh, your enemy's using the pepper ball. You can put on the gas mask. But that actually limits your view a little bit of your corners. Just like having a real mask on.
Yeah.
The heavier the armor, the slower you walk.
And also, you really have to pay attention to the mission. Like, it's advisable to, for example, hear the briefing. They play like a tape. It sounds realistic. Because we had times where we go into a situation where, like, all right, let's go non-lethal. We both got pepper ball guns. Like, yeah, we're going to take this by storm. We go in there, everyone has a gas mask. It's just like, well, all right. Handguns it is. You know, the sidearms. So, all right.
That was so terrible. We were so proud of ourselves that we got 2 missions or 3 missions in a row where we just did it perfect, 100% score. We're like, we are unstoppable. Nothing can stop us. And then just everyone was ready for our shit. They were so on point. And we had to use our pistols. And you shot them in the leg once. They immediately gave up. I shot them in the leg. They died of a headshot wound. They just immediately died. And it's like, why? Oh my god, it was so great.
Yeah.
It's just... And there's moments where me and you are on the same team, but we're taking 2 different entrances. You freak out. You're so scared to go in by yourself. Because
hey,
you
I'm
hear...
not.
No, not you, but I'm saying in general, like, I am. I am crouched and I am walking like a bitch. Because I hear people like talking like, oh, you know, the drugs, yes, I'm trying to get the drugs, it's great, blah, blah. Did you hear that? And then just immediately they find me and rape me. It's like DMX, I'm in the wrong hood. They murder me. And it's, oh my god. It's so scary. That game's so scary. The only downfall... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying, you can just have fun with it too, because when we get really kind of silly and we play too many missions and we kind of are like, okay, I'm kind of brain dead, I don't want to try anymore, we essentially would, like, for example, handcuff just different people, put them against doors, put C4, like, which you normally use to break open doors, on the other side, and we just watch them go flying across. Like, it's amazing. Knocks them out, they go flying, it's great.
Oh my god, that one dude... The door bitch slapped him so hard, he flew all the way across the living room. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. And then he gets up and he's like, oh man, police brutality. And I'm like, that was door brutality, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, man.
Oh god, it's amazing. Like, that game is truly... Please, if you've never played it, go out and get it. Just find it on Amazon, eBay, whatever. Get the golden edition. Get the one with the Stashkov Syndicate. Yeah. It brings in a few new guns, few new methods. I think that gives you the ability
new campaign.
To punch. Yeah, new campaign.
Yep.
It's just, I don't know, it's a phenomenal game. Especially if you have a group of friends that you want to just verse each other or do co-op thing. This is the perfect game for it. It's, if you have a good group of friends, you can do verses and have so much freaking fun. But be careful, because you might lose some friendships. This game could easily turn into a, I am done with you, I never want to see you or your sister's face again.
Yeah,
that kind of thing,
alright.
you know? So just be ready for that.
It's worth it.
But see, that's what I'm slightly excited for, because the Siege game, Ubisoft's game,
I was just about to bring it up,
is coming out, and essentially it looks like that's what it's going for, the SWAT feel, like the SWAT4. And I love the fact that there's no story. Look, if you I love story. I think it's the most important thing in a game. But if you yourself cannot come up with a decent story or something that you don't feel comfortable with, don't do it at all. Just do what these guys did and just say, Rainbow Siege, it's got no story. It's a house or a warehouse or whatever. You guys got something to protect. The good people are trying to come in and take it. Verse each other. One life only. Here's gadgets. Here's destructible environments. Have at it.
Yeah.
That's all I need. And I really want to get that game. But the problem is you're using it on the PC. I'll be using it on the PS4. We can't play it together.
Ooh.
I know. And if me and my other friend get it together, then we're gonna always get teamed up with people that don't know what to do and they think it's Call of Duty, and it's just gonna ruin it for me. But I still feel very good about the game. I still think it's gonna be a very good, fun time.
Yeah.
If it's, you know, patched and everything's fine and there's no huge major glitches or hiccups.
Yeah, I mean, it comes out October. Wait,
October.
no. Hold on. December 1st. I literally just, like, was out of curiosity, looked it up, and it says release date October 13th, 2015, but I'm guessing that's when the first beta maybe came out?
Yeah, the beta came out, yeah.
So the official release will be December 1st.
Okay. It's, again, I want to get it, but I don't have enough friends that play PlayStation. Because I don't have friends, period, to be honest. That's my problem. I'm a hermit. But
if you listen to this, add him on friends list.
yeah,
Yes.
just friend me on everything. Don't worry about my name, just friend me. Just type in like the Psychonaut. Like 50 million other copycats that named themselves that. That's right, I'm calling y'all out.
Oh, he went there.
And then some. So, me and you have been talking about this, but we want to eventually do a video of us playing SWAT, and just kind of, it's collaboration just to show you different, you know, stories and, well, the co-op segments and how things can go wrong, things can go right, you feel really badass. Which is funny because that game, if you do everything right and everything's going fine, and you record yourself and you listen to the recording, you sound like the biggest nerd on earth.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're like, okay, open the door on 3, I will flashbang. As soon as that happens, you run in, you throw a frag grenade, you run back. Then Alpha Team runs in from the window. And it's just like, relax, dude, it's a game. But when you're playing it, you don't notice it. Now, when you start sucking ass and you start screwing around, then it becomes even funnier.
Oh, yeah.
But like, that's the thing. If me and you were to do like, 100% one of this, the video would be somewhat boring. It would be cool, like, oh, look, they came up with a good idea. But that's the thing. The game is, oh, we're doing really good. Everything's fine. We're kind of boring. Nah, dude, don't worry. The game's gonna screw you over somehow. It'll spawn that one guy that was built to only murder you.
It'll shoot you in the back of the head and then...
Exactly.
Yep.
From a mile away, screaming, "Take that, pig!" And I'm like, you little shit. Taco, murder him. And then you're like, lock and load.
I say that every time, yeah.
You do say that every time.
Lock and load. Yeah, Merc.
Every time one of us dies, the other one just switches from non-lethal to straight up lethal and just start executing everyone. No one is safe.
Civilian, bye-bye.
Remember that one time I did that run where I legitimately ran through the entire level and took everyone out?
Yeah, I
And
could
you were
barely
eating
keep
your-
up.
Yeah,
I was-
oh yeah, because you were limping. And I was like, don't worry, I got this. And I walked everywhere just throwing like, the flashbangs, pushing people. Oh my god. And
everywhere I walk, they just see either like dead bodies or like civilians just hiding. I'm like, holy crap, you work fast.
And then, like, the best part of that is, like, yeah, if you're good enough, you can speedrun it. Guess what? You have to collect all the evidence. You have to call everything in. And then, of course, you're missing that one gun and that one person. So you got to run through all that crap. And it's like, that's what you get for speedrunning. That's what you get for being that asshole. It's like, yeah, I can do anything I want. And it's just, well, pay for it.
I mean, you did such a good job. I literally, that's when I got into that C4 on the door and like shoot people across because he was just doing it like and clearing out everything. I was like, well, since he seems to have got it, you know, I'm just gonna fuck around.
Oh god, it was amazing. And again, because we shit on Fallout 4 with all the glitches and stuff, this game does have glitches. There was
They're
3
funny.
of us playing. Yeah, they're hilarious. My god. Me and you and one of our friends, we were playing the game, and we did a very, very easy but creepy mission. The grandma and the rapist.
Yep.
And I say that so nonchalant, you know, the grandma and the rapist.
Yeah.
Which is very, what's that movie? Silence of the Lambs-ish kind of
Yeah.
thing. Which I love. And I think it was you who blew up a room so bad that we spent, 10 minutes trying to find the guy? He glitched through hell and back. I don't know. but he disappeared, and then he hid somewhere, and we couldn't find him for like 10 to 15 minutes.
And we found him in some closet somewhere.
Yeah, and he's just like hiding. He's like, yeah, you'll never take me alive, and we're like, my eyes. Yeah, pepper sprayed, bitch.
Yeah, no, what it was, it's like there was one bottom room where he normally hides out, and I was being like a derp, so I pretty much got a grenade launcher with flashbang grenades, and I was like, let me test it in this little neighborhood house. Like, what's the worst that could happen? Well, now we know.
City.
That shoots people through walls. It's amazing.
And I love that the grandma, because like the game is randomized every time, so none of the missions are the same.
Yeah.
And I love that the grandma on that one, usually for me, almost always had a shotgun. And it's really funny to think that her grandma's like, my boy's a good boy, and just shoot a cop in the face. And I'm like, this doesn't help your case.
It's a loyal grandma.
Yeah, and like that's a real OG grandma.
Oh yeah.
And I love it when you're so waiting for this grandma to show up with a shotgun so you can like nail her in the face with like a pepper spray or a beanbag. And she shows up with like nothing in her hands, and you still unload on that grandma like she's a porn star. Like you unload everything you have, and then you're like, crap.
Whoops.
It's just, I'm so sorry, grandma. And then she's like, my son's a good boy. And I'm like, shut up, shut up.
Luckily, you don't get penalized for using a little bit of, well, non-lethal excessive force.
Yeah, no, that's fine. You can, honest to God, just...
You can keep punching everyone. You'll be fine.
In the nuts.
But God forbid someone shoots at you and shoot back. Ooh, no, no.
Yeah, I know. It's a little bit... The game's a little bit too Batman-y.
Unrealistic, but yeah. But it's not a bad thing. It makes it a little more difficult and a little more, well, less Call of Duty-ish.
Yeah. Because, like, you... Back when I said that the game kind of feels a little bit cheap and easy if you just use non-lethal, you know, if, like, none of them are having the gas mask or the heavy protective armor or whatever, like, you can essentially do every single mission with those. It's fine. You don't have to use lethal weapons, which sucks about it. Like, I wish it forced you to use lethal weapons in some missions, but you still tried to go non-lethal, you know?
Yeah.
But that's not really happening. I wish that if someone shot at you first and you nailed him, okay, you get 3 or 4 bodies that you can do that with before they're like, okay, you're just gun happy, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, you had that, but no, in this game, it's very unfair to you if anything goes wrong. You're supposed to know better. How was I supposed to know he's behind the corner? Well, you have the lean button. Why don't you use Q, bitch? And I'm like, 'cause I don't want to use lean. So it, like you said, it is too realistic for its own good. That kind of makes it a little bit cheap. But it makes it cheap towards you, which means you have to kind of put in the effort to overcome this curve.
Yeah.
So that makes it a challenge. It's not an unfair challenge. It's not. It's like Dark Souls challenge. Like, you know, you lose, you were to blame. But, yeah. Yeah, it's still hard.
I mean, they kind of do seem to be pushing non-lethal a bit too much because what I noticed in single player when you play with bots, you cannot, like, send them into a room and expect them to survive if there's someone else with, like, a machine gun right behind the door because they take way too long before engaging.
Yeah.
Like, they could run into a room full of armed guys and just, like, sit there and be like, come on, put your hands up, drop the gun, drop the gun, drop the gun. And then they both get shot and killed.
Jimmy! Billy! No! 3 days away from retirement!
Yeah.
Yeah, my God.
So, that's my only complaint with the NPCs. Otherwise, I mean, especially for the time and everything, I mean, it's a great game.
No, yeah, it's phenomenal. I love it, and I hope Siege kind of takes its place in, you know, the nowadays market, in today's youth. And
Yeah, everyone has ADD, so good luck.
I know, but game companies, don't be afraid to try something new. Don't fear, oh, we can't do this because, you know, people might not like it. Like Capcom freaking a few years ago saying, oh, the horror market doesn't exist. It's dead. No one likes horror games. And I'm like, here's Dead Space doing fine. Here's Outlast doing fine. Like, don't be a bitch. Seriously, please. The Last of Us, freaking Naughty Dog thought that they were going to ruin their game franchise. They thought they were going to literally commit career suicide from going from Crash Bandicoot to Jak and Daxter, from all those cartoony, awesome, good time games to Nathan Drake, which is like a little bit more realistic, and then just a dark game that is like survival and post-apocalyptic, and it's just, oh, it's a dark game, we're gonna screw each other, oh my god, it's gonna be terrible. But they took a chance anyways, and it ended up being a great thing. Other companies do that. If your game fails, yeah, stupid people will blame you for, oh, you're too stupid, why'd you do that? But smart people are gonna be like, hey, they tried it, it didn't work, maybe they can do better, or they're just not gonna do it, but at least they tried it. At least they gave a frick. That's right, I said frick. Like friction. Like frictional games.
Oh.
Isn't Frictional Games the one that is making Outlast? No, that's Red Barrel. Which I'm excited about. Outlast 2. Yeah! Outlast 2 got announced.
Ooh.
Yeah. And like the trailer was just like a upside down burning cross. And I'm like, ooh. I liked Outlast. I'm sorry. Like
That game was awesome.
Just a really quick nudge, because I know we weren't going to talk about this, but Outlast I really liked. It got really repetitive and kind of the same thing, but I essentially still enjoyed it.
Yeah.
First time I played it from in one go. I beat the game in one go. It didn't stop. It was 5 a.m. when I stopped. When I beat it. I think I started at 8, and then I ended up all the way at 5 a.m.
How's dedication?
It was amazing. I loved it. I had so many energy drinks that my mouth was dry and my hands were numb. And I was afraid to go to the bathroom, by the way, because it was really dark. Then the DLC,
Wow.
Yeah, the DLC Whistleblower, which in my opinion I think is way better than the original. And I just thought it was better. Still, 5 a.m. in the morning, beat it in one go. It was the greatest thing ever. I loved it. I wanted to do a playthrough of it, but I still remember a lot of the scares, so it won't be that, you know, the feeling of, it's just gonna be me going, I knew that was gonna happen. But Outlast 2 is coming out, man, and I'll probably do a blind playthrough of that, because you're gonna hear me scream like a bitch. It's gonna be great. Yeah.
Can't wait for that.
No, I can. But, anyways, that's essentially all we had to talk about. So again, on the next episode, we're going to finish discussion of Fallout 4. We're going to put it to rest finally. Give the thoughts, all that stuff. And then we're going to talk about whatever else we want. Or something that happens, whatever. Hopefully gaming.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for right now, what's going on your channel?
I put up a few days ago some videos of me just running through Dishonored, but did a few little issues with my editor and some of the save stuff. I have to fix some stuff before I can get any more footage up, but there's a couple of the levels or missions up right now.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'm excited waiting for yours, to be honest. Because again,
I gotta get on it.
I've never played the game, and I really actually enjoy the shit out of that, and I love it. Mine, I am gonna change my Fallout to Fallout Friday, so I'm gonna do the videos on Fallout on Friday. Obviously, it's in the name, and I'm gonna switch the 3 lives to 1 life because obviously I'm doing too good by not dying. I went through a firefight, but you know, whatever. So I'm gonna switch that. 1 life, do that, finish Resident Evil 4, hopefully, and I might want to, don't tell anyone, it's just between me and you, but I kind of want to do a blind playthrough of Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
I'm gonna tell everyone. Don't watch his channel. What?
No, I mean, I'm scared to do it because I'm garbage, but I don't know. Those games, I know me and you can't talk about it because like you're not a fan, and that'll be a discussion for a different day as to why you're not a fan, because I want to strangle you. But,
I think everyone will want to strangle me after.
God damn, like, ugh. But anyways, point is, I want to do all those games, but I wanted to do one game on the channel where I, honest to God, have no idea what's going on, to do a blind playthrough to see how that goes. But I don't... Assassin's Creed's been kind of garbage the last few years, except for 4. So I don't know if I want to start the playthrough and then not enjoy the game and just kind of call it quits. You know, I feel like that's unfair. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I'll see. But I definitely want to finish Resident Evil 4 and Fallout.
You make me want to try different games. Maybe I'll also do one of the Stalker games for PC, either Shadow of Chernobyl or
Would
the other one.
love that crap so hard because I have heard nothing but amazing things about that freaking game, especially with the mods that make it come to life like no other.
Yeah.
And I want to see some scary crap. I want to hear someone say, "Get out of here, stalker." I want that. I want the authenticity.
Maybe I'll I don't know, because the sound is giving me a bit of a headache. Maybe I'll take a little break from it and maybe create, maybe like once a week or something, do this nice Stalker video. But I'll see.
Cool.
I gotta figure out a mod I'm gonna choose. If anyone has any suggestions, please post them which mod you like, Oblivion Lost or Lurk or whichever other one, and we'll go from there.
Do the sex mod.
Ooh, with a bunch of other stalkers dressed in rags and gas masks. Okay, that'll be hot.
Yes. Sexyparty.com/taco.
Oh yeah.
But alright, ladies and gentlemen, that has been it for today.
No.
Yeah, I know, we just started. I know. But anyways, thank you for joining us, all that good stuff. There's going to be a link in the description for your channel.
Yay.
So go there. Seriously, your, my god, name of the game. What is the name of the game that you're doing? Dishonored, thank you.
Dishonored, yes.
Yeah. The name always escapes me. Dishonored. I freaking love it. I've never seen it, never played it. You're playing it. I love the way you're going about it, and your stealth is just, it's amazing. I swear to God, I love it. You have never ran so fast in your entire fucking life than that one time when you were caught next to the box. Cracked up. But, but definitely go see that. It's awesome. And
Yeah.
we will talk to you guys next weekend.
Indeed.
Yeah!
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for damn, you already said that. Fuck.
Suck it.
Oh.